everybody, Mike Foster here from Camp Easy Teardrop. I wanted to take just a moment to tell you about this little camper I'm building. You're probably wondering, looking at the video, why is a big guy like me building a small camper like this? Well, it's a pretty simple explanation. I'm a landscape photographer as a hobby, and I find that a lot of the good shots that I like to take are often back in the mountains. They're not near any hotels or established campgrounds. Oftentimes they're down winding roads that it's hard to pull a big vehicle down. So I decided, hey, how about I just build a small teardrop camper to pull behind my car, and that ought to get me real close to where I need to be when the shot's over with, when the sun's set. Shouldn't be but just a short walk back to my camper, and I can grab some sleep for the night. So a teardrop seemed to make sense for me. The dimensions of this teardrop, it's pretty similar to what a lot of the teardrops are you've seen. It's 5 foot wide, which is pretty standard. Well, you can put a queen size bed in it. It's 9 feet long. The trailer frame is only 8 feet long, but it extends out a little in the back and a little in the front to make 9 feet total. And it's 4.5 feet tall. That's probably the odd dimension. You know, a lot of folks will take a 4 foot wide by 8 foot long sheet of plywood, and they'll make a camper that's 4 foot tall. Some folks even do it 5 foot tall. For me, 4.5 foot tall basically just came from I sat in the floor of my workshop. I took a tape measure and I measured how much head space I would be comfortable with if I was setting up on, say, a 8 or 10 inch thick mattress, and basically that came out to 54 inches. So I made it 4.5 foot tall. So I want camping to be easy for my photo trips, and I do have a big camper. I've had one for about 7 years, and I found that you know, camping is much fun as it is. It can be work, and I wanted everything about this to be easy. So I came up with the name Camp Easy, and the model number of my camper is 5945, which stands for 5 foot by 9 foot by 4.5 foot. So I'll take just a moment and show you around the camper. Okay, let's start with the galley. There's quite a bit of work left to do on the camper itself, you know, all the way around. But the galley is, you know, the most complete and the most finished piece of the camper, so we'll just go ahead and start there. I have a Yeti cooler. I think it's called the Yeti Rody 20. Just a simple, you know, smaller of the Yeti coolers for my wife and I wanted to incorporate that in the build, so I made a slide out drawer that the Yeti fits in, and it slides out just far enough where I can open the lid. And the Yetis seal when they, you know, are closed with the rubber latches, so I shouldn't have to worry about road bumps making any water splash out. My wife donated to the cause, gave me a stainless steel salad bowl, made a sink out of that. I have a 90-degree sink stopper on the way, courtesy of eBay. Well, not courtesy, but brought to you by eBay. This is one of my coolest eBay finds. It's a single temperature plastic lightweight faucet. I'm going to be running that off of a miniature water pump. I got to buy the hoses for that and a couple water tanks. Over here, put my power center for the galley. I have a USB charger for cell phones, a 12-volt power outlet, and these switches here, one controls the water pump, one controls the recessed lights that I have in the cabinet. And those lights, by the way, are also color changing lights. Hit fade 3 here, and you can see how the lights change. You turn the lights off in the shop here. So you can see there's a slow fade in the lights, just, I don't know, something cool to look at while you're sitting around the campground. I'll go ahead and turn them back on a solid color. But 4 doors across the top from my pantry. I wanted to build in 2-burner propane cooktop. I still need to put some aluminum flashing around it just as a heat protector. I need to run my plumbing for the propane. I have a drawer down here that's for my utensils. As you can see, I went with all green to match the faucet and the backsplash here. So pretty much that's the galley. Probably took more time to do than anything, but I'm pretty happy with the end result. Oh, I forgot, I finished to find a green bottle opener. That way we don't drink beer, but we do, like, I call them craft sodas when we go to different places out of town, so that'll open up our craft sodas for us. So anyway, that's the galley. Okay, give you a quick tour of what I got finished so far in the cabin. You'll see I've got a bedroom cabinet here for me on the right side here, one for my wife on the left. My power distribution panel, the WFCO panel, with a 110 outlet on the side, and again a USB charger and 12-volt outlet on the other side. Just got an extension cord running into it for temporary power. I ended up going with a Max Air Max fan. I think it's probably the cheapest model they sell, but just tried it temporarily and I sure like it. Put a couple 12-volt lights in the ceiling, and went with some wall sconce lights on the side. Pretty cool little lights. The switch right on them, so I didn't have to run a separate switch. So you use those for reading. Still need to sand down the ceiling and put some spar urethane on it. But I'd say the galley, or not the galley, but the cabin, I don't know, it's probably 80-90% finished. So yeah, looking pretty good, pretty happy with it. So that's the progress I've made on my Camp Easy so far. Hope you enjoyed that. I know that was just a brief walk around. I'll probably do some more videos on just the electrical and maybe a little bit on the plumbing. May do a video on the cabinet build, whatnot. But anyway, enjoyed showing you around. Hopefully this will help you out on your build. And I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm pretty excited about finishing. So we'll see you on the road.